All right, today we're going to learn how to do proportions with percents. Now, in 6th and 7th grade, you probably learned the part goes on top. What goes on bottom? The whole. Because percents are based on parts out of wholes. And what is a whole in percents? Per 100. So this would be 100 down here, and then this would be your missing percent, or whatever you wanted to solve for. So it's part over whole equals percent over 100. The other thing that would help you is this. If they give you like a problem like example 1, what percent of 25 is 17? If they say is and of, is goes on top, of goes on bottom. Of is the whole. So if I said, what is 5 of 100, I'm asking, like, what percent is and of? Is the part, of is the whole. And this would be your percent over 100. And then you just cross multiply and divide. Okay, so if you look at example 1, which one of these are you going to use? Is and of, because that's what they're talking about. So you know you're going to need two ratios. What's this bottom number always going to be? So you already know that. You just have to put these two somewhere. So they said, what percent? Well, that's this part right here, yes? So that's the part I'm going to be solving for. And then it says what percent of 25. So where would the 25 go? Because it's the of. And is 17. That's going to go on top. And then you're going to cross multiply and divide. What do y'all think? Easy?
Kind of hard.
I mean, if you follow these, it's easy.
Wait, no, it's easy. I was just joking.
So you're going to do 17 times 100, which is 1,700, and divided by 25. 68, and then do I have to label it? Yes, I do, because I just solved for the percent, so 68%. All right, we're going to do the next one. I'm going to let you guys try to set it up on your own. And then before you solve it, let's see if you set it up correctly. Okay, so let's look at it. It says, what number is? So where does is go? That means you're looking for that number. Because it says, what number is 15%? Where does a percent go? Top right. And of 88. So 88 is going to go here. What always goes here? Did y'all set it up correctly? Okay, cross multiply and divide. You get 88 times 15, and then divide by 100. What'd y'all get? 13.2. Does it need a percent sign? No, because I'm just looking for the number. So no percent sign. Okay, try to set the next one up on your own. Just this one. Don't work ahead. Okay, 20 should have gone in the top left. Where did 12.5% go? Top right. What always goes in the bottom right? And then this was your missing number. How are we doing setting them up? Okay, you have to follow this. So let's talk about it. It said 20 is. So that goes where is. Yes? Okay? This is the percent. So that had to go in the percent part. And 100 always goes in the bottom right. Does that make sense? We sure? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Like on the second one,
Uh-huh.
I put the percent on the left side instead of the right because it said it first. Is that okay?
I want it set up like this because it's going to get real confusing, but yes, it could be set up differently. The reason is, as long as when you cross multiply, 88 was being multiplied by 15. Is that how you set it up? Then technically you would get the same answer, so it's okay, yes. But I just don't want to confuse you. But y'all remember yesterday when we were setting up proportions and I told y'all they can be set up differently? As long as when you cross multiply, this would be multiplied by this, you would still get the same answer. Okay, the next one is the same type of problem. So go ahead and draw your ratios. The only thing different is they made you solve for one of them. Like, you'll see. Okay, so let's look at it. What is it asking you to solve for, Araceli? What percent? Percent always goes right here. That means that's going to be my missing number. What always goes here? Okay. Then they tell me that 4n is the of. Yes? So where does of go? And then they told me is 96. Now, could you solve this just like that? No, because there's two variables. But then they went and said, hey, the value of n is 25. Now could you solve it? Because 4 times 25 is 100. So I'm just going to cross that out and put that's 100. Well, guys, do I even need to cross multiply and divide?
Yeah.
If they both have the same denominator, then they're going to have the same numerator. So what's my answer going to be? It's going to be 96. 96%. Okay, I'm going to let y'all try to set up the next one on your own. Okay, what does the first thing say? 25.5 is. So where does it go? Top left, 25.5. Then this part has what next to it? A percent sign. And percents always go top right. Now, can I put n minus 8 or can I go ahead and fill in what n is? Did they tell me what n is?
Yes.
What is 25 minus 8?
17.
So I'm just going to go ahead and put that just to save myself a step. What always goes on the bottom right? So my missing number is the of. How'd y'all do on setting that one up? Are we getting better?
A little bit.
I put the parentheses.
That's fine. Yeah, if you put n minus 8 up here, that's perfectly fine. You would just now have to go do 25 minus 8 and then do it. So that's perfectly fine.
I put equal 17.
25.5 times 100.
That's 2,550.
Yep, and then divide by 17. What'd we get? 150. Okay, set up the next one on your own. Now, anytime I'm setting these up, I always go ahead and put 100 here, so because I know that's where that's going to go. The first thing says, what number is? Where does is go? So that means that's the one I'm looking for. Then they gave me a percent, so percents go here, and of 60 of goes here. Did we set it up right?
Yes.
Good. Cross multiply divide, what'd you get your answer to be?
Simplify.
Perfect. Do I need a percent sign? No, because I wasn't solving for a percent. Now, there was a typo on the next question. It should have said, what percent is 241 freshmen out of 804 students? Now, on this one, it's more of part over whole equals part over whole. Are y'all ready? What did they give you right here? They gave you the ratio. So if you're doing part over whole equals x over 100, what number is the part? Because that's your freshman part, and 804 is all of your students. And they want to know what is the percent of the freshman class, so you have to solve that. Cross multiply, then divide. So you should have done 241 times 100 and then divided by 804. You would have gotten 29.975, yes? But what did it ask me to do? So if I round to the nearest whole number, I'm going to look to this one and I'm going to round this 9 up. So it's going to become 30 what? Percent. Okay, try to set up the next one on your own. Okay, what was your first clue word? Of 225 students. The other thing I looked at is they're talking about students both times. So this is obviously the whole, and that's the part, yes?
Yes.
So 225 is the whole, 18 is the part, always 100 goes there. So I'm looking for the percent. So So that's my x. So I'm doing 18 times 100, which is 1,800, and dividing by 225, and I got what? 8%. All right, on the back, they gave you a table of data. They basically said that they did a survey on students and asked them how much they would tip for a $28 meal. Now, the amount they tip isn't going to be part of your proportion. That's just the answer. 16 students said they would only tip $2. 28 students said $2.80. 45 students said $3, and so forth. Do y'all understand what it's saying? It wants to know what percent. Now stop and go ahead and make your ratios. What are you solving for? So where would my missing number go? In the percent section. What always goes here? 100. What percent said $4.20? Am I actually going to put $4.20 into my ratios? No, because I'm looking for how many people said $4.20. So go find it up here. How many people said that? Is that the part or the whole? That's the part. How many people were actually surveyed? That's your whole. So do y'all understand that the money would not be part of your ratios because you're looking for how many people said that? Cross multiply and divide. $36 times 100 is 3,600. Divide by 80. What'd you get? 20%. Try B on your own. I round to the 10th place. You could do the hundredths or the tenths, as long as you round correctly. Okay, how many people said $2.80? So where does that go? Top left, because that's your part. And your whole is 180. Cross multiply and divide, and you get this. Yes? Did it say how to round? So you could have rounded to the whole number, and what would your answer be? 16%. You could have rounded to the tenths place, and it would be 15 point. If you rounded to the hundredths place, 15.56. I rounded to the tenths, so I did 15.6%. What'd you round to? The whole? That's fine. It didn't specify. Okay, try the next one. You should have put 8 over 180 equals x over 100. Cross multiply and you get 800 divided by 180. I rounded to the tens place, so what would I have put? 4.4%. The whole number would have been 4. Okay, last one. How many ratios do I need for this one? 2. Because they're asking me 2 questions. What percent said $2 And what percent said $5? So this is for the $2 one. And then the $5 one. Check your answers with mine. You should have two answers. For $2, the answer was 8.9% if you rounded to the tenths place. For $5, the answer was 26.1% if you rounded to the tenths place. What do y'all think?
Easy.
It's not hard if you follow the formulas.